Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Ryan Fuss Field. We finally got to the finals of the losers bracket. There were 3 teams left. There were 7 teams to begin with. 2 of the teams dropped out because the tournament just kept going on and on and on. Rain has been the story of the game rather than the play on the field. This is Lynn taking on Peabody. Peabody is playing the second game today. They beat Salem prior to this, and now they're playing a second game, taking on Lynn. The winner will play Danvers in the championship final tomorrow here at Ryan Fuss Field. This is the 3rd venue for this tournament. It started out in Salem. The field was getting reconstructed, so they moved it to Ball Field last year. They played one day, actually. They played Friday night in Beverly. And then after that, the rains came. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, they got rained out. And they had to move the tournament. They played one more day in Ball Field on Wednesday. They couldn't play on Thursday because the people running this tournament, who are the Salem people, even though it's played in Beverly and now in Lynn, so it came back to Friday, and there's a softball tournament at Ball Field, so they had to move it. And a great job done by the Lynn coaches, some of the Lynn Babe Ruth volunteers, and a lot of Wyoming people who came and did a great job on this field that was inundated with all the rain and got it looking, and it looks like Fenway Park. What a great job the people did working on this field. This is Monel Castro, the second baseman, leading it off for Lynn. So rain has been the story, and then Friday night they got to play the one game. Danvers defeated Lynn 3-2 in extra innings, and then Saturday was supposed to be today's schedule, and Saturday got rained out. So they finally got to play today. Castro draws a walk to start the ball game. Lynn lost tough to Danvers. Danvers had 5 or 6 of their kids that were a game away and a missed call away from going to the Williamsport tournament. Fly ball in the outfield was caught, was dropped, and they call it a catch. Otherwise, Danvers would be on TV on ESPN with Williamsport. 2 quick strikes. Alex McMillan, he's the pitcher. He came in and pitched an inning in the game Friday night against Danvers, and he wound up getting the loss. He gave up a run in the 8th inning. And that was the run that won it. Bases loaded, a little dribbler down the third base line, and the hitter with 2 outs beat it out for a base hit. On the inside corner for strike 3. McMillan gets caught looking. Janelle Guzman, the shortstop, will be the hitter. He was pitching on the edge. He walked 7 in the first 3 innings, but got out of it by striking out 7. And he finally gave up 2 runs in the 4th inning, but they were both unearned errors in the infield. Cost Lynn that game. 2 quick strikes to Guzman. Nick Villano is on the mound for Peabody. These 2 teams, along with Danvers, the 3 teams left, are the teams that more often than not win this tournament. Hit foul at home plate. Count stays 2 strikes. Wide. The runner takes off. Safe. Collision at second base with the throw getting there. He knocks the ball away. Castro does. So he's in scoring position. Lynn trying to get on top here in the top of the first. Hit foul again. Double clutch it again. Hit, swung and hit it and fouled it off again. And now he does it again. Hitting it on the front swing and then getting it a second time on the back swing. High and tight for a ball. Evens the count at 2. A little different than Little League. These are Little League players. They're graduating from Little League, moving on, but they're still Little League players. Hit to deep shot. They're not going to have a play. Guzman flies down the line. He gets an infield hit, and it's first and second for Lynn. Carlos De La Rosa. The difference, there is no pitch count. So it's not, you're not out after 85 pitches. You're out after 7 innings. You have to have a day off if you pitch 7 innings. And you can have 10 hitters. Not a designated hitter, an extra hitter. You can bat 10. Peabody's only batting 9 because they only have 9 players. But Lynn is batting 10. Hit foul, it's 0-2. Carlos De La Rosa is the third baseman. Polano pitching from the stretch. Throws it high for a ball. Hit into right field for a base hit. One run is going to score. Guzman easily to third. De La Rosa gets a big base hit for an RBI, and Lynn has jumped on top. Anthony Cedeno, the center fielder. First and third now with 1 out. Chased the high pitch and swung right through it. Square leg's gonna bunt. That's one Little League rule that stays in place. That's not a balk. He started and stopped. Gets the bunt down, and it's foul. Oh, the count to Lynn center fielder. So a walk, a strikeout, and then back-to-back hits, an infield hit. Solid shot to right by De La Rosa. Swing and a miss for strike 3. That's a big out. The right fielder, number 5. Will McCafferty. He's the Lynn right fielder. Hit to third. Third baseman Andino makes the play. So Lynn gets on top. The RBI single by De La Rosa, following a walk and a base hit. The walk hurts, it comes around to score. 2 strikeouts in the inning. And they've spotted Alex McMillan a lead before he throws a pitch. He's on the mound for Lynn. I'll go over the batting orders for both teams. I didn't do it for Lynn. For Lynn, it's Manuel Castro, the second baseman, leading off. Pitching and batting second, Alex McMillan. The shortstop, Janelle Guzman, bats third. In the cleanup spot is the third baseman, Carlos De La Rosa. The center fielder batting fifth is Anthony Cedeno. Playing right field and batting sixth, Will McCafferty. The extra hitter hitting seventh is Chris Marks. Batting eighth and playing left field, James Mikolas. Rich Avery will be the first baseman, batting ninth, and catching and batting 10th, Braden London. On the other side, for Peabody, the second baseman, Colin Ridley, will lead off. Jarrell Tolentino, the shortstop, bats second. Daniel Zizza will play first and bat third. The pitcher, Nick Villano, will hit in the cleanup spot. Batting fifth and playing center field, Cam Conley. The third baseman, Ramy Andino, will bat number 6. Playing right field and batting seventh, Anthony Herbert. Catching and batting eighth, Josh Sigmund. And John Horgan will bring up the tail end of the batting order, batting ninth and playing left field. You'll see McMillan pitch a little bit side arm. Comes a little down under. So Colin Ridley will lead it off. There's that side arm. It's funny now, they played this tournament, switching it to ball field. They switched it out to Ryan Fuss Field. And the tournament directors and running the tournament are the Salem people. Hit in the gap. And hustling into second base with a double is Ridley. So Salem answers the call right away. Their leadoff hitter starting it off with a double to left center field. Jarrell Tolentino. I guess it's Jarrell Tolentino. I said Jarrell. Pitch in for a strike. He's the shortstop. So Peabody trying to get right back in it in the bottom of the first with a leadoff double. 2 quick strikes. I'm not sure if Peabody has seen many sidearm pitches. He's coming from almost belt high. Hit the shot. They throw him out at first. Nice play by Guzman. He might have had the runner off at second base. Tolentino hit it on the nose, but hit it right to the shortstop. Ridley almost went too far. They might have had a shot at him at second base, but Guzman's got a rifle arm. He threw him to Avery at first for the out. Daniel Zizza, the first baseman, will be the hitter. In for a strike. McMillan and Guzman just changed places. McMillan usually plays short when Guzman's pitching. So Guzman goes to short while McMillan is pitching. Wide for a ball. High for a ball. Joe Baglieri, who is the, I'll call it the tournament director in District, I think it's 16. 15, I think, is the other Peabody team in Gloucester and Beverly. He hit Zizza with the pitch. Joe Baggs took over for Alice O'Neill, the outstanding lady who ran Little League for many years. Nick Villano, the pitcher, can help himself here. First and second with 1 out. In for a strike. Two quick strikes. Strike 3 swinging. That's a big out. Cam Conley, the center fielder, hitting from the left side, is the hitter. Fishing up and away for a ball. Down and in for a ball. Hit in the right field for a base hit. They held on to the ball. They might have had a play. They held on to the ball and didn't get it in. They double clutched. It was hit so hard the runner wasn't at the third base when the right fielder had the ball, but they kind of double clutched.
Now batting, third baseman, number 27, Ramey, and
So it was a base hit to right field that got Lynn the lead. Now it's a base hit to right field that gets Peabody even at 1. Off the catcher's glove for a pass ball. So second and third now. Remy and Dino tried to hold up and couldn't on that pitch. That one's gone. That's long gone and hard to find. Over the fence. He got out of that one. A 3-run home run. There's a lot of Peabody fans here. So Peabody says, we'll see you on 1, Lynn, and we'll raise you 3.
now batting, the right fielder, 17, Anthony Herbert.
Anthony Herbert, the right fielder, will be the hitter. No question. As soon as the ball hit the bat, you knew it was gone. Solidly hit in the center field for a base hit.
Now batting,
4 hits in the inning, including a hit batsman. They went out away from getting out of it with the big strikeout. But then the base hit to right field, and then the killer, the 3-run home run. I don't know what happened there. McMillan walked off the mound toward the dugout, and we're going to get a change. I don't know whether he hurt his arm. McMillan looking down at his right arm. He's holding it. He's in a little bit of pain. He's going over to the dugout. Castro is going to be the new pitcher. McMillan has gone to the dugout. I think Lynn went to get some ice. So Castro is going to be the new pitcher. If McMillan can stay in the game, he's going to go to second base. But that 3-run home run by Andino certainly put a spark in the Peabody fans. As Peabody wipes out that 1-0 Lynn lead, it's 4-1. Castro will get set to come in as the new pitcher, and we're going to have a sub at second base. Josh Jimenez is going to be the new second baseman in place of Alex McMillan. So Jimenez is the new second baseman. McMillan to the bench. They're going to work on him. I don't know what happened. All of a sudden, he just looked into the dugout, started walking to the dugout. Jeff Earp, the manager, came out. He was holding his right arm. He went like he was going to go play second base, and then you could see him favoring that right arm as he walked to the dugout. And Jimenez is the new second baseman. Josh Sigmund is the 8th hitter in the inning for Peabody. Two outs and a runner at first. Castro started to throw and lost his balance and stopped. Normally that would be a ball on the batter and the runner would move up. Not in Little League. And that's ball 4. Now it's 2 outs and 2 on for John Horgan, the left fielder. With the top of the order, Ridley on deck. Ridley started this with a double. He's the on-deck hitter. So Peabody, you think they might be a little bit tired after having played one game. But they come out wide awake and jump all over Lynn in the first inning with the 3-run home run by Ramey Andino. One as the pitch misses inside. In for a strike, 1-2. Off the shortstop's glove, the error is going to extend the inning. Guzman tried to get to it quickly. It stayed right on the grass, didn't hop for him at all. And the infield error loads the bases.
Now batting, the second baseman, 22.
Colin Ridley's up for the second time. He doubled and scored the first run, tied the game up. Hit foul off the backstop. Evens the count at 1. Hit right to the first baseman. So they sent 10 hitters to the plate. The big hit, the 3-run home run by Ramey Andino. They wipe out that 1-0 Lynn lead. And at the end of 1, it's Peabody 4, Lynn 1. Chris Marks, normally the first baseman, he's the extra hitter tonight. Lynn using 10. Hits it 1 hop to the second baseman. 1 pitch, 1 out. Hit it on the nose, hit it right at the second baseman.
Now batting, left fielder, number 2,
James Meckless. Meckless scored a bizarre run the other night. He pushed a bunt down the third base line. He threw it away all the way down the right field line. He scooted all the way around, easily getting a second. On his way to third, the throw coming in, deflected off into short left field. He kept going all the way around third and beat the throw home and helped Lynn get back in the game. They tied it at 2, wound up losing in extra innings. Third baseman Andino. It's his second play of the game. He's playing very shallow for the left-handed hitter. Fielded that cleanly and threw Meckless out. Rich Avery, the first baseman, is the hitter. His father is the third base coach, who is also Rich. He's the gentleman that oversees Manning Field and Fraser Field and all the scheduling and the teams and getting everything, make sure everything runs smoothly during the season. Does a terrific job, and he also coached Pine Hill Little League team to the City Series Championship this year. His team won the league, and then they proceeded to win the City Series. Up and away, 2 balls and 1 strike. So Villano now pitching ahead. He gave up a run in the first inning and fall behind. But his team got him 4. And that has to make it a little easier. Wide for a ball, 3-1. Way inside. So he had retired 4 in a row after giving up the RBI hit to De La Rosa. That breaks the streak. Second walk given up by Villano. And Braden London, the catcher, is the hitter. Off the catcher's glove, that's going to move the runner over. And Dino, the third baseman, is way into third base. Now he backs off a little bit. And London trying to bunt and fouls it off. Swing and a miss for strike 3. So the walk doesn't hurt. Lynn is out in the second inning. Villano picks up his 3rd strikeout. And we'll move into the bottom of the second with PB holding on to that 4-1 lead. And it will be 2, 3, and 4. Terry Tolentino, Daniel Zizza, Nick Villano will be the 3 hitters to face Mornell Castro, who will start an inning for the first time. He came in relief when McMillan came up lame with his arm and had to leave the game. Lynn's only played 2 games in the tournament. They were supposed to play Thursday, a week ago Thursday, and they got rained out. They came back on Friday and played their first game against Marblehead and won it easily. Marblehead made a bunch of errors, walked a few. Lynn Guzman hit 2 home runs, McMillan hit 1 home run, and they won the game easily. They didn't play again for a week. It was this past Friday night that they finally got to play. They played Danvers and lost an extra inning game 3-2. High and tight for a ball. Wide for a ball. Tolentino bounced out short to first as one trip. His first at bat against Castro. He hits it to short again. Guzman throws him out.
Now batting, the first baseman, number 44,
Daniel Zizza got hit by a pitch and walked around on the 3-run home run by Andino. So he hasn't batted officially, but he scored a run. Down and away for a ball. In for strike. Once again, congratulations to all the people, the Wyoming people, Babe Ruth people, the Lynn coaching staff. I don't know, I would guess that some of the Salem people might have been involved. Did a great job clearing this field. It was a mess with that unbelievable rainstorm that we had on Sunday. And they finally had to move the tournament here to Reinfuss Field in Lynn. But yeoman work. Way inside, the count goes to 3-2. And you can tell because we're up high in the parking lot. And underneath us, they put stands out so people can be out in right field in the stands. You virtually can't go out there because you have to walk through all the mud and water and it's still here. Swing and a miss by Zizza. Castro gets his first strikeout. Nick Villano was a strikeout victim. He'll face Castro for the first time. In for a strike. Swing and a miss. Castro's not that big in stature, but boy, he can bring it. And that hit him on the helmet. Thank God for the helmet. Second hit batsman, first by Castro.
Now batting, the center fielder, number 11,
Cam Connolly was down the count, 2 strikes, and he drilled a single into right field to tie the game up. And he walked around on the 3-run home run by Andino. Swing and a miss. It goes the other way into left field for a base hit. He's 2 for 2. And we're right back. We were in the first inning. 2 on, 2 out. And Ramey Andino was the hitter. He hit it over the left center field fence for a 3-run home run. That's the difference in the game right now. Hit off the shortstop's glove. That's going to score a run. They might have held the runner at third, but Guzman made a great try knocking it down. He got a glove on it that slowed it down. And Dino's got another RBI. Villano's going to come around to score. So again, the hit batsman comes around to score. Guzman almost knocked it down. And by getting a glove on it, deflecting it, it rolled out in the outfield far enough for Villano to come around and score. Anthony Herbert got a base hit his one trip. In for strike 1-2. Wide for a ball. We got deuces wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of inning number 2. So deuces all over the place. Strike 3 swinging. 2 strikeouts in the inning, but the hit batsman hurt as he extended the inning. The RBI hit by Andino, his 4th RBI of the game. And Peabody adds another run. They do it with 2 base hits. So we finished 2 here in this losers bracket final of the 35th Gallant tournament. And it's Lynn on the short end. Peabody 5, Lynn 1 at the end of 2. Monel Castro will lead it off. He walked and scored the first run at the time, giving Lynn a 1-0 lead. Peabody has since put 5 unanswered runs on the board. 4 of them knocked in by the third baseman Andino on a 3-run home run and a 2-out single. On the corner, quickly 0-2. Monel Castro was the second baseman. He's now the pitcher. Up and away for a ball. High chopper. That's going to be a tough play. They're not going to get him. Castro's got a base hit. We used to call that, I'm dating myself, a Baltimore chop. Just bounced high in the air. By the time it came down, Andino, the third baseman, had no chance at all to make a play. So Castro's on for the second time. This is Josh Jimenez up for the first time. Takes it up and away for a ball. He went in to play second base when McMillan had to come out with that arm injury. Castro went into the game from second to the mound, and Jimenez went in to play second base. In for a strike, 1-1. Hit foul into the Lynn dugout. I see Alex McMillan is back in the dugout. We hope he's going to be okay. He had a big home run in that first game against Marblehead. Had a couple of other hits, I think. Popped up. Not going to have enough room. It's going to be up on top of the batting cage. Out of play. Count stays 1-2 to the Lynn second baseman. Down and away for a ball. We mentioned no pitch count. We mentioned you can have 10 hitters. We forgot to mention it's 7 innings instead of 6. So Lynn has room to come back, but they've got to put some hits together. Down and away. In with a stolen base. Castro took off. The pitch was up and away. That was a very good throw by Sigmund, the catcher. Right on the money. But he got a big jump. And the big jump he got a break because the pitch was up and away. I'm not sure why the Peabody coach went to the plate umpire. I've never seen that before. Usually you have to go to the base umpire and say, would you check with the plate umpire to see if he has a different call? That was the case if they went to the plate umpire. The plate umpire walked out to Joe Baglieri, who was standing on the play. Solid shot, just missed going past first base. That was fouled by about a foot. Peavy is missing one of the real good players, young Mr. Dooley, who I know very well. Dick Dooley, everybody knows Dick Dooley. He would play with Harry Aganis. Football, he was a great coach with the girls teams. I coached with him one year, then I coached against him. He was very tough. His daughter Joanne was an outstanding player. And I should say, my deepest sympathies, I apologize. His son, Dick, passed away, and I didn't know about it till after the fact. And I knew the son extremely well. He was helped Dick coach. He was around all the girls' tournaments that we went to. So my condolences to the Dooley family, and I was hoping they might be here. Solid shot into left field to the fence by Guzman. In with a stand-up double, his second hit. He's got 2 RBI. Lynn closes the gap. Previous to that, Jimenez had faked like he was going to bunt. Third baseman charged, nobody covered. The pitch was up and away, and both runners took off and stole second and third, and it paid off because Guzman gets a big base hit, and it's now 5-3. Still nobody out. For Carlos De La Rosa, who singled in a run, giving Lynn their 1-0 lead in the first inning. They walk De La Rosa. I'm kind of surprised they walked the tying run with nobody out. Anthony Cedeno was a strikeout victim. His one trip. Will he bunt the ball? Try to popped it up. Pushed it towards third. This time the third baseman was anchoring at third. They're trying to bunt the tying runs over. They were lucky that ball was to the Peabody dugout and not to the pitcher of third baseman for an out. It was popped up. Punches it foul behind home plate, and quickly it's 2 strikes. Board says 1-1, but I think the foul bunt was a strike as well. Now they change it to 2 strikes. Hit foul to the first baseman. Halfway down, it popped out. First baseman caught it, almost even with the first base bag out in foul territory. So the count stays 0-2. Hit foul again off the screen. So Daniel hanging around. Off the backstop on the fly. Runner from second went to third. The runner at first didn't go. So it's first and third with nobody out. That was a major league wild pitch over the umpire's head. Never mind the batter and the catcher. Hit in the air, deep, gone over the fence for a home run. Cedeno matches Adino's 3-run home run. So that intentional walk comes around and scores. And just like that, it's 6-5 Lynn. And it brings a trip out to the mound. I think we're going to get a change. The first baseman, Zizzer, was going to go to the mound, and Villano was going to go to first base. Will McCafferty is the hitter. And all of a sudden, the Peabody fans who are excited and cheering and up with Indino supplying all the power, all of a sudden they quieted down on that 3-run bomb by Cedeno over the right center field fence. And just like that, it's 6-5. McCafferty hit it hard, but hit it right at the third baseman. Pops it by down the right field line, foul. That one hit him.
Now batting, the pitcher, number 13. Sorry, EH, number 13, Chris Marks.
Chris Marks hit it right on the nose and hit it right at the second baseman. He's the extra hitter. Tries to bunt and fouls it off. And Dino, the third baseman, charging. Wide for a ball. So a little different look for Lynn now with Zizza coming in from the left side. On the inside corner for a strike. Good pitch by Zizza. Waves at that pitch for strike 3. That's the first out of the inning. First 6 hitters reached, first 5 scored.
Left fielder, number 2,
James Nicholas. Hit it well, hit it right at the third baseman. Tries to bunt and fouls it off. Low for a ball. 2 walks in the inning given up by Villano were big because both walks scored. Hit foul. But Anthony Cedeno pumping up the Lynn fans and the Lynn bench with a 3-run home run. Looked like he took something off. It was swung right through it. Back-to-back strikeouts after the hit batsman. Two-way for Rich Avery, who drew a walk his first time. So Lynn scored a run, Peabody scored 5 in a row. Lynn scored 5 in a row. Ebb and flow. Missing down and in for a ball. Sprinkling of fans around the ballpark. As that pitch went to the backstop, but the runner stays at first base. In for a strike, 2-1. Down and in for a ball. And that's ball 4. So that extends the inning.
Now batting the catcher, number 3, London.
Peavy batted 10 in the first inning and scored 4 runs. Lynn has batted 10 here in this third inning and scored 5 runs. Braden London is the hitter as he gets a little talking to by Coach Avery. In for a strike. And Dino was way in at third base. Swing and a miss. 0-2. Down away, 1-2. Chased the high pitch for strike 3, so 3 strikeouts for Zizza. But the damage is done. Lynn puts 5 on the board. The big 3-run home run by Cedeno. 3 base hits, 3 walks and a hit batsman. Two of the walks scored. All 3 hits scored. And Lynn has grabbed a 6-5 lead, and Castro will start his second inning of work, and he'll have a lead in the game of 6-5. It'll be 8-9-1 for Peabody. As for the first time today, I guess the second time, Lynn led 1-0, but they easily defeated Salem earlier in the day today. This is their second game of the day, having to play a doubleheader to try and get the tournament caught up. So Castro will see what he can do about keeping the lead. Keeping Peabody off the scoreboard. Got a lot of baseball still to play. Again, the winner of this will play Danvers. And it's a tall assignment because they'll have to beat Danvers twice. Pitch in for a strike. Josh Sigmund drew a walk back in the first inning. High and tight for a ball. Waves at that pitch. The walk was given up by Castro, who came in relief. Hit in the center field for a base hit.
Now batting, the left fielder, number 12, John Morgan.
John Horgan reached on an error. In for a strike. So for the second time in 3 innings, Peabody has the leadoff hitter on. Waves at that pitch for strike 2. That's going to go out of play. Up behind the Lynn dugout. Count stays 1-2. Hit foul again. Another souvenir for somebody off to the right side. What a play by Guzman. He almost turned a double play. That was a base hit going into center field. He went way to his left and picked that one off. I don't know how he ever got that ball. Made the unassisted play. What a great play. Well, there's one away instead of 2-1 and nobody out. What a tremendous play by Guzman. I'm not sure what the delay is for. Now we're back to baseball. Colin Ridley doubled to left center field. His first time up. And he popped to the first baseman. He batted twice in the first inning. Pushes the bunt, and it's foul. Perfect bunt. If it stays fair, he's going to base it easily. Lynn got a break, it went foul. He doubled and scored the first run. At that time, it tied the game up after Lynn had grabbed the 1-0 lead in the top of the first. Strike 3 called. They're walking off the field like there's 3 outs. That's only the second out. They dropped the ball. The runner at first didn't move at all. Everybody walking off in unison thinking that was the third out. That's kind of the way this tournament is going. You don't know what's going to happen next. Back to the mound. Castro, who's the second baseman when he's not pitching, makes the play. So the leadoff hit doesn't hurt. A tremendous play by Guzman at shortstop made sure it didn't hurt. Peabody is down the third at the end of 3. Lynn 6, Peabody 5. For the third time in 4 innings, Castro will lead off. He walked and scored, singled and scored. His single was a high chopper that bounced high in the air towards third base. He beat easily for a base hit. Down and in, 3-0. Daniel Zizza starting an inning for the first time. He came in relief of Nick Villano. On 4 pitches, Castro's on for the third time. Zizzo came in and walked a batter, hit a batter, but struck out 3 and got out of trouble. Left 2 on. In for a strike. This is Josh Jimenez. He came in relief of McMillan. Went to play second base when McMillan left with an injury. He's been up once. He walked and scored. Hit foul to the backstop. He went in to play second. Castro went to the mound when McMillan went out with that arm problem. And again, we hope he's going to be okay. Call third strike. All the outs by Zizzer have been strikeouts, 4 of them. Daniel Guzman singled his first time, ripped the double, hit the left field, knocked in 2, and then walked around on the 3-run home run by Cedeno. Little off-speed pitch out in front, swings through for strike 1. Off the catcher in the dirt, the wild pitch will move the runner up. Castro in scoring position. Guzman would like to get another base hit here. Waves at that pitch, and it's 1-2. Waves at it again. So Zizza's got the strikeout pitch working. Carlos De La Rosa singled in a run. Last time up, they walked him intentionally. That was the same thing. First base was open. They walked him intentionally. They're pitching to him this time. They walked him intentionally. And Cedeno followed with a 3-run home run.
Yeah, my son.
Hit in the left field for a base hit. So they didn't walk him this time. The 2 times they don't walk him, he gets a base hit. The time they walk him, he scores on a 3-run home run. He's got his second RBI. Castro scores his 3rd run. Top of the order, getting it done for Lynn. And they got a little bit of breathing room now at 7-5. Anthony Cedeno gave the Lynn fans something to cheer about. He struck out swinging the first time, but he hit a long fly ball over the right center field fence for a 3-run home run to give Lynn their lead. Foul to the backstop. Down and away for a ball. On that wild pitch. He struck out, but they throw him out at first. So it's either a feast or a famine for Zizza. He gave up a hit batsman and a walk when he came in relief, struck out 3, gives up a walk and a hit, and strikes out 3. But he did give up a run. The walk came around to score. The hit knocked the runner in after the wild pitch moved him to second. So you get a hit on a walk and a hit. You get a run on a walk and a hit. Zizza's got 6 strikeouts in his 2 innings of work. We're halfway through the ball game. Lynn is out of the run. They lead it now 7-5, and it'll be the heart of the order for Peabody, 3, 4, and 5. To face Castro, who's come on and done a nice job.
Now playing second base for Lynn. Number 7, Alex McMillan.
Alex McMillan is back in the game at second base, so thank God he's okay. He was the starting pitcher. And he walked off the mound holding his right arm. They took him out. Jimenez went in. And now McMillan is back in at second base. Zizza is now the pitcher. He got hit by a pitch and scored and struck out swinging. His strikeout came against Castro. Hit in the center field for a base hit. Three out of 4 innings, Peabody's got the leadoff hitter on. Nick Villano struck out swinging, got hit by a pitch, and scored a run on the 2-out hit by Andino. Down and in for a ball, 2-0. He was the starting pitcher. In for a strike, 2-1. Waves at that pitch. So it was 2-0, now it's 2-2. High for ball 3. Big pitch coming up for Castro. You don't want to put the tying run on base. Strike 3 call. Good pitch. Cam Conley is perfect. Singled in a run and scored and singled. So he's 2 for 2 with a run scored and an RBI. And this is a very big hitter because on deck is Remy Andino, who's been a thorn in Lynn's side in this one. Andino on deck is 2 for 2. 4 RBI and a run scored. Up and away for a ball, 1-1. The wait is for the center fielder, Cedeno, tying his shoe. Now we're set and we'll get back to baseball. 1-1 the count. Conley is the center fielder for Peabody. Off the catcher's glove. That's going to move the runner over to second base. The pass ball moves the runner up. Hit foul off the backstop. The count evens at 2. Another nice play by Guzman. Looked like a base hit. Awful hop. He picked that one off the dirt and made another great play at shortstop, and he throws Conley out. Zizzer will move over to third.
Number 27,
Ramey Andino, we mentioned, is perfect. A 3-run home run, an RBI single. 2 for 2, 4 RBI, and he scored a run. And he hits that foul off the fence. Down and away for a ball. Down and in for a ball. Off the catcher's glove, runner doesn't go. 3-1 the count. I don't think they want to give him anything good to hit here. Off the catcher's glove, ball 4. And Dino's on for the 3rd time. They almost threw it away. They could have gone for the runner at second base. The runner was going back to third. And Dino went down and just took off, goes to second base. The tying runs in scoring position. Anthony Herbert has singled and struck out swinging. Single came against McMillan. The strikeout came against Castro. In for a strike. So Peabody with the tying runs on base. In scoring position, second and third. Castro was reluctant to throw the ball to second with a runner at third, but the runner at third was going back to third. And they could have made the play on the runner going to second base. But they let him go. 0-2 the count. Strike 3 called. So Peabody threatens. They put the tying runs in scoring position. Castro comes up with a big strikeout. And Lynn holding on to that 7-5 lead at the end of 4. Will McCafferty will lead off the 5th inning for Lynn. He has grounded to third and got hit by a pitch. And he was the first batter that Daniel Zizzer, who's now on the mound for Peabody, he faced coming in relief. He hits a shot right at the coaches outside the Lynn dugout. McCafferty is the right fielder. Way up and in, almost hit him. Zizzer is living on the edge. He's had 2 base runners in his 2 innings. But he's also struck out 6. In for a strike, 1-2. Hit pass for a walk in the 3rd, a walk and a single in the 4th. He has given up a run. Hit to 3rd, Andino. with the play. He loves to play shallow, and it's paid off for him.
For Lynn, number 1 for Brendan Zolo.
Brendan Zolo was going to pinch hit for Marks. He'll become the extra hitter. Marks had grounded out and struck out. Swing and a miss. Wide for a ball. 2-1. Hit to deep shot. Long throw. They get him. Got him by half a step. Nice play by the shortstop, Tolentino. Very tough play at first. But the call goes Peabody's way. Either way, you're going to shake your head if you're a Lynn fan or a Peabody fan.
Now batting the left fielder, 2.
James Nicholas has grounded to the third and struck out. He was moving towards the Lynn dugout, falling away from home plate, swinging at that one. He wasn't stepping into the ball on that pitch. And he wasn't swinging in at that one either. So it's a quick 1-2-3 inning. That's the first 1-2-3 inning of the ball game. Zizek picks up his 7th strikeout in 3 innings of work. Lynn is out in the 5th. We'll move into the bottom half of the 5th with Lynn holding a 2-run cushion. Again, the winner of this will face Danvers and have to beat them twice to win the 35th Gallant tournament. This is the losers bracket final of the 35th Gallant tournament, and it's been a tournament that has been jinxed from the start. We mentioned earlier on, if you weren't with us, Lynn was supposed to play the first game Thursday night, a week ago Thursday night, this being Sunday, a week ago Thursday night, 10 days ago, 10 days ago, Lynn was supposed to play Marblehead. They didn't play till Friday. They played what amounted to the second game. The first game was Peabody and Danvers. And on the other diamond, the second diamond, Lynn played Marblehead. And then Salem played Manchester Essex in the late game. That was on Friday night. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Rain, no games. Lynn was supposed to play Beverly 3 times in those days. Didn't play. Beverly finally dropped out. So Lynn didn't play on Wednesday. They played 1 game on Wednesday. And then Thursday, there were no games scheduled. Lynn played on Friday. They got rained out on Saturday. So 5 days of rain in this tournament. And Friday was almost rained out. It rained most of the day. But they were able to save the field and were able to play Friday night the 1 game because it was late. Pop foul is going to be beyond the reach of the right fielder, McCafferty. This is Josh Sigmund. He walked and singled, so he's 1 for 1. Leading off the 5th inning. 8-9-1 for Peabody as we start the bottom of the 5th. And again, even though it's played in Lynn, Lynn is the visitors by way of the coin toss. What a play by Avery. That's the second time he's done that in this tournament. Marblehead game, he did that and turned it into a double play. And now he just went Not an easy play. He's right-handed. He had to go across his body and pick that one. Outstanding play by Rich Avery.
Now batting, the left fielder, 12, John Cordy.
He made two nice plays at Marblehead. One turned into a double play. Marks came in relief in that game. Marks, the first baseman, made a terrific play on a line drive at first base. So Lynn's getting very good play at first base by Marks and Avery. John Horgan reached on an error and reached on a fielder's choice. Had a hit taken away by Guzman on a great play, picking off a ground ball, looked like a base hit in the center field. And not only that, it was a horrible bounce. It didn't bounce into his belt section. He had to play the off hop. Hit inside the left field line for a base hit. He's on for the third time. Now they throw the ball away. And he moves over to second base. He stopped at first. When he threw the ball in, it got away. And he wound up going to second. Colin Riddy batted twice in the first inning. He doubled and scored and popped to the first baseman to end the inning. Last time up, he was called on strikes. Bunts. Did it hit him outside the box or in the box? They're calling it a foul ball. He bunted, it popped up and hit him as he was running down. His foot was still in the batter's box. Tries to bunt again and fouls it off. Well, that didn't miss by much. That's a tough pitch to take with two strikes. He got called out on a pitch like that before and didn't like it. Fouled off the backstop. Down and in for a ball. Evens the count at 2. Hit foul again. Off to the right side. Count stays 2-2. Hit to first base. Avery will step on the bag. Make his second play in the inning. Hogan will move over to third. Two-way. Jerry L. Tolentino has grounded a shot twice and grounded to second base. There's a big out for Monel Castro and Lynn. They'd love to keep that 2-run cushion. A runner at third with 2 outs. Wide for a ball, 2-0. Swing and a miss. 2-1. Hit foul, and we got Deuces Wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Lynn leading by 2. So again, Deuces all over the place. Nice stop by London, the pitch in the dirt. And the count goes full, 3-2. Hit in the left field for a base hit. That's a big hit with 2 outs. That gets the Peabody fans back in the game as they cut the lead to 1. Daniel Zizza, the pitcher, throws left, bats right. He got hit by a pitch and scored, struck out, and got a base hit. Pitch misses inside, so that's a big hit by Tolentino. Low for a ball. 2-0. Missing again, 3-0. So the Peabody fans were quiet. They were alive on that when they were 5-1. Now on 4 pitches, Zizza is on for the 3rd time with a walk. He's hit the trifecta. A hit batsman, a walk, and a base hit. So Peabody moves the tying run over to second, puts the go-ahead run at first. And that brings the trip out to the mound. Nick Villano has struck out twice, swinging and called. Sandwiched in between, he got hit by a pitch and scored. He scored on the big 2-out hit by Andino in the 2nd inning that pushed that lead to 5-1. Lynn came back and their first 5 hitters scored in the 3rd inning, giving them the lead at 6-5, and they added a run in the 4th. Peabody has now cut into that lead with a big 2-out hit by Tolentino, and they're looking for more with runners at 1st and 2nd.
Now batting the first baseman, number 34, Nick Gallant.
In for a strike, tried to hold up and couldn't. Lynn has the luxury of, if Castro can hold on, 6th or 7th inning, they could bring Guzman in, their ace. Hit right by the first baseman. Throw to the plate goes way over everybody's head. They score the run. Polano reaches on the error. He goes to second. On the second error, the throw from the outfield.
Now batting the center fielder, number 11, Cam Conley.
So 2 errors. The walk hurt. The walk extended the inning. Peabody has tied it up. Looking for the lead. Hit foul. Conley is singled in a run. Singled. Last time up, he looked like he had a base hit. Guzman made his second great play at shortstop and threw him out. Otherwise, he would have been 3 for 3. High for a ball. So that ball went right through the first baseman into right field, and then throw from the right field and went sailing way over the catcher's head, allowing the base runners to move up to second and third. So the Peabody fans are back in it as they've tied it up at 7. In for a strike. Conley taking all the way with the count his way. Another big pitch coming up with Andino on deck. Swing and a miss for strike 3. So they get out of the inning, but not before Peabody gets a couple. A big 2-out hit by Tolentino. A walk extended it, and then an error brings in the tying run. So if we started dead even, we played 5 and through 5 with dead even. Lynn 7, Peabody 7 at the end of 5. We start the 6th inning, 9-10 and 1 for Lynn, as Peabody has come back now to tie it. Avery has walked twice. He's made a couple of big plays at first base. Low for a ball.
Now batting the first baseman,
This is lefty against lefty.
Richie Avery.
In for a strike, 2-1. Way inside for ball 3. 3-1 the count. So Villano, who left trailing in the game, is now off the hook as Avery draws his third walk. Zizzer is now the pitcher of record with the score tied at 7, as is Castro. McMillan is off the hook. And I would assume you're going to see Braden London try to bunt here. And Dino certainly thinks so. He's way in at third base. Swing and a miss. I don't understand. Down and in for a ball. Not showing bunt. Top of the order, Monel Castro on deck. Off the catcher's glove, so he didn't need the bunt. They throw it into center field. Avery, the base runner, almost got tackled by Avery, the coach. He took a turn like he was going to try and score. He goes to second on the wild pitch. He goes to third on the throwing error. So they weren't going to bunt the run along. They don't have to. Peabody moves them along for him. The wild pitch and the error. That's the first error for Peabody in the game. Way wide. Nice stop by Sigmund. But Avery took the turn to third when the ball got away from the third baseman, and his father, the coach, almost tackled him. Hit foul out of play. He'd like to put the ball in play here and put Lynn back on top. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Top of the order, Monel Castro, who's now the pitcher. He has walked twice and singled. All 3 times he scored. And he's done a nice job coming in on the mound, pressed into service. Hit foul. He would like to put the ball in play and give Lynn the lead. Up and away for a ball. Not going to go anywhere. That ball almost bounced back to the catcher. 2 balls and 1 strike. Wide again. Sigmund had to go way over to his right, reach across his body, and pick that one. 3 balls and 1 strike. Castro can be very fussy here. And that's ball 4. He's on for the 4th time, his 3rd walk. First and third for Alex McMillan. His 1 time up, he was called out on strikes. And then he went out of the game with that injury to his arm, went off the mound, went to the dugout, was replaced by Jimenez, and then came back in to play second base. So he's up for the 2nd time, 1st time against Zizza. Coach Avery call time to talk to the base runners and the hitter, and that gives Peabody a chance to talk to their troops out on the mound. So Lynn trying to get the lead back. They have first and third, one out. And the heart of their order up 2, 3, and 4.
Second baseman, number 7, Alex McMillan.
Swing and a miss. He was looking for that 3-run home run with that swing. Hit foul. Kind of golfed that one. That was a pitch a little bit low. 2 quick strikes. Thought about it, held up. The runner takes off. Castro goes to second base. So second and third now, a hit would be very big here. Waves at the pitch for strike 3. Janelle Guzman will be the hitter, and I think if I was Peabody, I might put him on, but if Lynn said we're going to have second and third, 2 outs in a 7-7 game, who would you like to have up? It would be Guzman. He struck out against Zizza. He also got a double knocking in 2 runs against Zizza. Excuse me, he got that in against Villano, so he struck out against Zizza as 1 trip. Waves for strike 2. Chased that pitch that was down and away. Zizza gets him. Second time in 3 innings, he struck out the side. Second time in 3 innings, he put 2 people on base. The 2 walks don't hurt. Along with the stolen base, the error, and the wild pitch, Lynn leaves runners at second and third. Seven strikeouts. Third time he struck out the side. 10 strikeouts in 4 innings for Zizza. So Lynn had a golden opportunity to grab the lead, and they couldn't put the ball in play. That was what they did against Damas in the bottom of the 7th inning in a tie game. They had a runner at third with 1 out, and the next 2 batters struck out. They couldn't put the ball in play. And it cost them because they lost in the 8th inning. Now they have second and third with 1 out, and they have 2 good hitters up. McMillan hit a home run against Marblehead. Guzman hit 2 home runs. He also had 2 solid hits tonight. But Zizza comes through big time. 3 times in 4 innings. He struck out the side. And he keeps Peabody in it at 7-7. And it will be 6, 7, and 8. Andino has been the story for Peabody. 3-run home run, an RBI single, and a walk. He's on base 3 times. 4 RBIs and scored a run. He's accounted for 4 of the 7 runs. Hits it high and deep and foul. Just missing one of the cars parked over behind first base. Down the right field line. Down and away for a ball. Swing and a miss. 1 and 2. I think it's the first time he swung and missed. He's either hit solid foul balls or base hits. And that home run was a pretty good shot, too. Swing and a miss, he gets him. That's a big out.
Now batting, the right fielder, number 17, Anthony.
4 strikeouts for Castro. 6 strikeouts for Castro. He was in the second inning. Herbert singled, struck out the last 2 times. The last time was against Castro. The other 2 trips were against McMillan. In for a strike. Both strikeouts were against Castro, because I forgot Castro came in the second inning. Hit the shot. Guzman with that rocket arm. Awful close. Peabody fans out in the outfield are not happy about it. Guzman's got that rocket arm. Two up, 2 down in the 6th. Sigmund has walked, singled, and had a base hit taken away on a big-time play by the first baseman, Richie Avery. Hit a line shot. Avery took 1 step to his right, reached across his body, and picked the ball for an out. What a play by Cedeno in center field. A solid shot. Sigmund's got to be shaking his head. The last 2 times he had base hits taken away, one by Avery, and now a great play by Cedeno in center field. First 1-2-3 inning for Lynn. We've only had 2 of them, 1 apiece. Still nothing to choose between these 2 teams. We're still dead even at the end of 6. Tied at 7, Lynn and Peabody. Here we go in the 7th inning. Not extra innings. This is one of the differentials in this tournament, even with Little League players. It's a 7-inning game. Lynn is going 8 the last game. They're on the verge of going again. Carlos De La Rosa singled twice. Now we single 3 times. It's going to be a double all the way to the fence. Jump on the first pitch and drilled it into left field for a double. So he's on base 4 times with 2 RBI and a run scored. Anthony Cedeno was struck out twice. Sam was in between. He hit a 3-run home run and made a tremendous catch in center field. So Lynn has the go-ahead run at second base with nobody out. They had second and third with 1 out in the 6th and couldn't score. Zizza struck out the side. In for a strike. Swing and a miss. De La Rosa, the only time he didn't get a base hit, when he walked, they walked him intentionally. And he walked around on Cedeno's home run. De La Rosa dives back to second base. He was going, that pitch went by the catcher to the backstop, but it bounced right back to Sigmund, the catcher. And De La Rosa thought about it and very alertly hustled back. Looked like he took something off way out in front. Cedeno strikes out. Will McCaffrey is grounded out, got hit by a pitch and grounded out. Both ground balls went to third base. Squares the bunt, takes the pitch for a ball. Gets the bunt down. It's a good one. They throw him out. That's a big-time play by Andino. You almost got a base hit. So Lynn has the go-ahead run at third with 2 outs. Almost a perfect bunt. They just did get McCafferty. Brendan Zolo up for the second time. Low for a ball. So this time Lynn has the go-ahead run at third, but now there's 2 outs. Low again, 2-0. Wide for a ball, 3-0. And that's ball 4. So first and third for James Mikolas.
Now batting the left fielder, number 2, James Mikolas.
Mikolas has grounded a third. Last 2 times he struck out swinging. And he hasn't come close the last 2 times. He's been bailing out. In for a strike. Adino's really charging at third base when he squid like he was going to try and bunt. Way up and in for a ball. They let the runner go to second base. In for a strike, 1-2. Waves at the pitch for strike 3, and they throw him out. So Lynn gets the leadoff double. They wind up at third with 2 outs, and once again, they leave the runner at third stranded, and Peabody will have a chance to win it in the bottom of the 7th inning. Where Zizek came in, struck out the side 3 times, got 2 in this last 7th inning. Twelve strikeouts for Zizek. He walked 5. He gave up only 2 base hits. Nine, 1-2 for Peabody as we start the 7th inning. So Lynn has to shut them down if they want a shot at winning this game in extra innings. Peabody needs a run to end it. Hit foul. John Horgan has reached an error, reached in the fielder's choice, singled and scored. That was in the 5th inning. A big 2-out hit by Tolentino, followed by a big error. 2 runs scored, and that tied the game up. Otherwise, Lynn would have a 2-run cushion now here in the 7th inning. Hit foul out of play. The count stays 2 strikes. Missing wide for a ball, 1-2. Hit off the shortstop's glove. Fourth error for Lynn, and that's been the story. Their defense has not been good through the tournament. They didn't need it against Marblehead with a big win, Mercy Rule win. They needed it against Danvers. It cost them 2 runs, and it cost them the game. Ridley, double, popped up, struck out, grounded to first. He's been trying to bunt the last few times. I thought he would bunt again. And I don't want to sound like a jinx, but it feels like it's starting to rain again. He tried to bunt that pitch. It's 0-2. So Peabody has what they want at the top of the order up with the winning run at first base. Trying to make a sweep with the doubleheader here. Pop in the air. It drops in for a base hit. First and second with nobody out. Tolentino grounded a short, grounded a second. His fourth time up, he got a big 2-out hit to knock in a run. It extended the inning. They got another run on an error and tied the game up. And now they have 2 on with nobody out with a chance to win it. They're looking for a sweep. They beat Salem earlier to get to this losers bracket final. That's going to be out of play. In for strike 1 and 2. The important runner is Horgan at second base. If he scores, the game is over. Wide, nice job by London to go get that one. And the count is even at 2. Peabody looking for their 3rd win in the tournament, looking to go 3-1. That's the same as a sacrifice. It moves the runners up. The Peabody fans getting excited now. They have second and third with 1 out. The winning run at third base. Zizza, the pitcher, can get the win on the mound, and he can knock in the winning run. I was just about to say, I would think Lynn would walk him intentionally, and that will set up a force at the plate. Nick Villano was the starting pitcher. He struck out, got hit by a pitch and scored. Struck out, and he hit one right through the first baseman. The error knocked in the run that tied the game up. He's got a chance to win it now. Pitch is low for a ball. Lynn shortens up in the infield. Down and away, 2-0. Hit in the right field for a base hit, and that does it. So Peabody led 5-1. Lynn took the lead 7-5. Peabody comes back and scores 3 and holds Lynn to 7, and they win it 8-7. Villano getting the base hit into right field, knocking in the winning run. Peabody will make it a sweep for the day. Lynn is eliminated. They go 1-2. And Peabody will go to 3-1, and it will be a replay of the first game of the tournament. Peabody will play Danvers in the first game of. They played them the first game of the tournament. They'll play them the last game. Peabody hopes there's 2 last games. They have to beat Danvers twice now, but they get another shot at Danvers to try and knock them off. Peabody got going in the first inning, a double by Ridley. Zizza got hit by a pitch. Conley got a base hit for an RBI. And Dino hit a 3-run home run. It was 4-0. After 2 outs, Volano, who got the hit to win the game, got hit by a pitch, moved to second on a base hit by Conley, scored on Andino's base hit to give him 4 RBI. It was 5-0. It was 5-1. Lynn got a run in the top of the first. Castro walked, stole second, and scored on on De La Rosa's base hit. Lynn scored 5 to take the lead at 6-5 in the third. Castro got a base hit. McMillan walked. Jimenez walked. He was in for McMillan. Guzman doubled in 2. De La Rosa walked. Cedeno hit a 3-run home run. It was 6-5 Lynn. They added another run in the fourth. A walk after 2 outs. An RBI hit by De La Rosa made it 7-5. And there'll be an award presented to Lynn. Mornell Castro will get an Alex McMillan. They're giving the awards to the Lynn team. So Lynn had a 7-5 lead. Peabody got in the fifth. A base hit, 2 outs. A big 2-out hit by Tolentino. Knocked in the run to made it 7-6. A walk to Zizzo, and that was huge. It extended the inning. And then Volano hit one right through the first baseman. The error allowed the tying run to score. It was 7-7. Lynn threatened. In the 6th, they had a walk, a wild pitch, a stolen base, second and third with 1 out. Zizza struck out the last 2 to get out of the inning. And then in the 7th, a leadoff double by De La Rosa, a strikeout, a sacrifice, a walk. They had second and third again with 2 outs. And Zizza come up with another big strikeout. 3 times he struck out the side. He got 2 in that inning. He struck out 12 in the game, giving up only 2 base hits. And then in the 7th inning, Horgan reached on a big error on an infield ground ball. Ridley popped a single in the right center field. Mornell Castro will get the award as the MVP for the Lynn team. Well deserved. Tolentino didn't get a hit, but he punched the ball to the first baseman. It was the same as a sacrifice. They moved the runners up. They intentionally walked Zizza, and Volano came up with a big base hit. Guzman also gets an award. I think they have sportsmanship award and MVP award for Lynn. And then Volano got the base hit to win the ball game. For Peabody, Ridley had a double, scored a run, had 2 hits. Tolentino had that big 2-out hit for an RBI and scored a run. Zizza was on base 4 times, a hit batsman, 2 walks, a base hit, he scored a run. Volano was on base 3 times, an error, a hit batsman, a base hit, scored 1, knocked in the winning run. Cam Conley had 2 hits, knocked in a run, scored a run. And Dino had a big day, on base 3 times, a 3-run home run, a single, knocked in 4 and scored a run. Anthony Herbert had a base hit. Sigmund had a walk, a single, and John Horgan reached on an error twice. And the second time was golden because he scored the run to win the game. He also had a base hit and scored a run. So he was on base 4 times as the number 9 hitter. For Lynn, Castro was on base every time. 3 walks, a hit. He scored 3 times. Jimenez coming into play second base, drew a walk and scored a run. Guzman had a single and a double. Knocked in 2 and scored a run. De La Rosa was on base 4 times. Had 2 singles, a double, a walk, knocked in 2 and scored a run. Anthony Cedeno had the 3-run home run. McCafferty got hit by a pitch and got a big sacrifice to move the runner over. And that was it. Rich Avery drew 3 walks in his 3 trips and made a big-time defensive play at first base. And Guzman made a couple of real big plays at shortstop. But the error in the last inning put the go-ahead run on, and the go-ahead run that reached on the error scored the run to win it on Villano's base hit. Peabody stays alive. They'll go to 3-1. Danvers, undefeated, will take on Peabody tomorrow in the finals of the winners bracket. Peabody has to beat them twice. Lynn winds up the tournament at 1-2. So congratulations to everybody, and congratulations to Lynn. They played very well. Congratulations to all the teams. Congratulations to all the workers who did yeoman work getting this field in shape with all the rain and all the terrible weather. They did a terrific job. And once again, I'm remiss, and I have to mention before we sign off, Tom Dill, the owner of the Lazy Dog, once again getting behind the Lynn team, sponsoring them, getting behind them. He's done it for the last few years, and he gets behind so many. The Challenger League, he sponsors the Wyoming Little League team. He does great work for the community, and he's a tremendous asset to the city of Lynn. And I apologize for not mentioning that earlier. He does a great job, and he's been sponsoring this team forever, it seems. So congratulations to Tom Dill as well. The final score in the bottom of the 7th, Villano's base hit wins it for Peabody 8-7 over Lynn. We hope you enjoyed it. I'm John Hoffman saying we'll see you next time.